I asked Sensei Sean about his Yai form because my Yai instructor would often show this one bowing form where the weapon is actually, you're doing a formal bow to somebody else and your weapon is here, you're not wearing it. And the idea would be that you would bow and some skullduggery is happening with your person in front of you. They would take the weapon and draw and cut. It'd be like, in that regard, when we bow, we make rei. We don't do this. You never show the nape of your neck when you bow. That says, please kill me, right there and then. Nor do we look our partner, our person in the eye. That's just rude. What you do is you keep your body alignment, your head aligned on your shoulders, and you bow forward, but you don't lose perspective of who's in front of you. Your eyes can move, so it'd be here, like this. I can still see any movement in front of me, and you don't weight your hands. That is to say, you're not, I'm stuck here, like this. Your hands are lightly on the ground. So it's 1, 2, and you bow. My hands are very light. And then up. Knees come together, and I'm not going to do this. When I stand, I'm going to use my muscles, and I'm going to go. Just a little extra in there. This time we'll finish with yokomenuchi attack. So we have a yokomen bang. With the form of the strike, again, you want to make sure that you don't salute. I was taught when it comes to yokomen, it's very much like shomen. Please stand up. I'll strike you. Just stand there. That I'm raising my hands in front of me. I don't want to come out here, because if I do that and step forward, he simply raises his hand, in my face. It's not a good idea. I up, step, and it's a showman strike. You can make some curvature, but the curvature comes from you're actually turning your hips. So I'm going to come up and here. Strike is to the neck or to the temple, either one. Otherwise, if you start bringing your arm outside, one thing is, now my arm is out here. I've lost coordination. These muscles aren't nearly as strong as if I keep this in front of me, just like shomen. So, with that in mind, let's give it a try. So he's going to strike yokomen, tenshin. Tenshin. I am not making irimi. Stepping forward, stepping back. Drawn his weight forward. Even took a second step because his weight was coming forward. Now, I want to see that. So we have coming here. For very basic, yokomenuchi ikkyo. So I'm going to shift my weight, drop my weight at the same time. Here. Out, underneath. Turn the hips. Everything's in front of me. I'm going to step. You can also throw your partner in front of you. It's a slightly different methodology, but as he strikes, here. I move to this point. I'm going to step and turn my hip. And I can throw him over. But that's for another day. omote. You can obviously do ura. You can here, move behind. We're going to do ura a different way for the sake of getting more practice in. This time, irimi, irimi. I want to cut above my hand to his wrist. So, entering. Enter the back of your arm forward. Broad surface against two bones. I do not want to, slowly, I don't want to go chop. That's going to hurt. Could even hurt me more than him. So it's forward with the back of the arm. A broad surface on which to block, and I want to just get him back a little bit like this. Obviously, striking possibilities. So here, a little bit down, wouldn't prefer a little bit up. So we have now when you're doing this, urawaza is a place where ura is where extension goes to die. So here. Make him lose his balance. Well, take it from him. So we have pushing into him, I extended. Foot is behind him, turn. Ideally, shoulder and knee to the ground at the same time. So, once again, omote will be tenchin. Urawaza will make a direct irimi. Yokomanuchi ikkyo. So, once again, not irimi. Tenshin, stepping back. It's a lot of people, I mean, it's a valid entry. It certainly is. Stepping forward. But when you make stepping forward against Yokomen, you have to also apply a teme to guard your entry. If he strikes and I just step in, I got a shuto right in the face. So if I'm going to make irimi, which is perfectly fine, I want to make sure that I'm giving a strong ateme. Otherwise, it's an unguarded space and he's ready to strike me and I'm not ready to strike him.
As he strikes,
so
stepping back.
If he's boom, he's not on my shoulder, on my head or neck, right? So how I treat this is actually I'm in this hummy. As he starts, I actually bring this foot forward so my feet are together, but that's not necessary. Sure. So here, so as he strikes. Other side. I don't want to step so far back that I can't work with him. Now I got to move back forward. So as he strikes me, I'm going to go ahead. Here, and as I move back, there's the ateme, and it quickly moves to here. I'm not going to go down like that because he's got strength. But as my weight moves back, I draw this down so it goes on an angle, not straight down. So I'm here. He put all his weight on his forward to the point where he had to step forward, otherwise he'd have fallen on his face. So I like that. I like to see that. So we have here, in this moment here, move back in. You have to, from here, take this off, insert it here, and then you can move in, get to here, perhaps make something else happen. Go ahead. A couple of things about The irimi that you have to pay attention to is, let's see, particularly we have yokomen. I don't want to do this. Her leg is between mine. This is disaster for me. I must get off the line. As a matter of fact, I'm going to enter, but when I enter, I'm not going to enter like this. My partner's here, I'm looking here, everything, my center's facing this way, and yet my partner's standing right here. So as I enter, I also reposition my body, my hips turn a little bit. So we have, looking right at my partner now. And I can, drop some weight even. But like I said, I'd prefer to have the forearm up a little bit for ikkyo. If it's down here, something else should probably happen. So we have, and as this happens, all this space is now open where I can enter in and continue to turn. It's nice to get a little bit of a push here, that as I do this, see, Uke's body is being pushed away. Now I have this extension. This is where the rotation will happen. So as I start to turn, like I said, I don't want my extension to go away. I want it out. And as I turn, keep it in front of you. Keep the arm in front of you. Don't let it bend. The distance between me and my uke should remain the same here. So a little bit of pushback. Here's my extension. Maintain the extension. Don't let the elbow collapse. Thank you very much. Okay, so for both those entries, Tenshin or Irimi, you can do Omote and Ura. I just chose Omote for one and Ura for the other for the sake of practice and demonstration of different entries and Aikido technique. We're going to go to the Tenshin Ikkyo for this. We're going to do a direct Nikyo. So just bear with me. We should be able to get this thing done. So I can here or up in more of the seated Nikyo pin. So Tenshin. As I come down, it's kind of like a hook here. Hook. In for Ikkyo. As this happens, I'm going to plaster his hand to the back of my wrist. Step, small tenkan, draw him in for Nikyo, a direct type of Nikyo. So nice and slowly at first. So direct Nikyo from the Omote Ikkyo. Please try. Thank you. So my hand's coming down, so it's here. So you get this, go ahead and make yokomen. Here. As I draw his weight down, a little hook here. Hand comes in, I'm going to start to do Ikkyo. As this is coming up, I'm going to take a step, release, pivot. My hand is pivoting too, but I'm going to push it to my wrist. Finish the tenkan, apply the Nikyo, and then a finish. Okay? One thing about this form of Nikkyo, perhaps we know it from Aihami. Aihami, please. So we can do this, right? But what's important is this. You got a big old wrist. If I do this and grab him, face me. Who's got who? Do I have him or does he have me? I go like this. I go like this. He goes like that. This is like some Roman handshake or something. Ah, brother, good to see you. You know, we're on equal footing there. So my point is, don't grab him. It's been described as me like this has to be relaxed. He comes up, over, like a waterfall, just like a waterfall. You want to get into the wrist. This is a joint lock. So in this case, as we have a strike, here, comes up, I get my hand up like this, and then it comes over towards my center. Oops, sorry, there we are, here. If I grab him right away, as soon as I grab him, he's got strength, he's grabbing me, we're here, and now we're going to have some sort of wrestling match. Plus, he's got a fairly big hand compared to mine, so, you know, there are some limitations to the things we do. I'm not going to do Koshinagi to a little person, because I can't get under there, nor am I going to do techniques like Yonkyo or Nikkyo to somebody who's huge, got these big, you know, catcher's mitt hands. There's limitations to what we can do with Aikido technique given our size and our dimensions. Gentleman here's got fairly beefy wrists, so as he makes Yokomen, still here, I can still do it. I just have to get my position a little bit better, here. So I come over here. You can see I'm not grabbing him. My fingers are curling back towards my gi, or to my belt, and then release, and in for a type of pin of your choice. There's several ways you can do it. But the heart of the matter is that pivoting to the Nikkyo. Don't grab your partner. Just come over the top. Please try. All right. You'll have plenty of dojo time after seminar to try to get that one to work a little bit more efficiently and smoothly. It's just it's extreme hand manipulation, so it just takes a little bit of getting used to it. If it's the first time seeing it, I don't expect it to be that, you know, easy. But after you've done it for a little while, you're like, oh yeah, it just kind of moves that way. So we'll go back with our Tenshin motion for Yoko Menuchi. Here, Ikkyo desu, and then this time, as I'm doing this, this hand releases. I'm going to come to the elbow, and I'm going to make a little bit of a cut this way. Oh, come on now. Stand up. There we go. So, Yokomen. So. Very wave-like feeling of Thank you. Thank you. Now somebody with a little more mass. Now, ideally, I want to make sure he's in a position that I can actually do a technique without harming myself. Yokomen. So we have here, draw with weight forward, up. Now what I'm saying is I'm going to, with Ikkyo here, and I'm going to start to move through him. This time, as my Tegatana is going to come to his elbow, backside of his elbow, and I'm going to make a cut this way. I want that hand on the ground. Back. I don't like having my hand slip into the crook of his arm. It gives him too much leverage to resist, but that was an accident. So here. We'll make kaitenage. This is an Ikkyo type of kaitenage. The idea is that here, as this comes up, got to watch out about this. Definitely don't want to step in. Try Kaitanagi. Okay, so that's another thing that you can do when you start with an ikkyo type of opening, and it can lead to Kaitanagi. There's many ways we get to techniques, and that's one way you can produce Kaitanagi from ikkyo, either as henkawaza or as your intended technique. Kaitanagi has a lot of extreme possibilities because of the big kaitan, the big turn. There's things can be done if you can get your partner's hand on the ground even. Sometimes there's some fun stuff you can do. If, for instance, if I can make this cut and he puts his hand on the ground, I can actually move to step on that hand and just have him in this position. It's not nice. But can also then we can make, as I come through, there's allowing him to pass and making kaiten otoshi. I'm going to here, and then I'm going to push his head through. As the rotation happens, then he'll continue to turn almost to face, and then you just continue your rotation to make kaiten otoshi. We'll do it one more time, slowly. If you can take a front roll too. It doesn't have to be a break fall. Just let your partner know I really can't take a break fall. So in, you come through. Doesn't have to be hard. It can be gentle, as long as you start to get the proper rotation. So it's a slight irimi tenkan to set your partner up for this sort of behavior. Kaiten nage, any sort of kaiten nage. Then tenkan, this arm comes down. You can hold on, strap him in, turn quickly and kneel, in which case you got a break fall. Go slow it down a little bit, loosen up a little bit, let your partner position for a front roll, and everybody can have fun with it. So please, let's try kaiten otoshi. Be aware of your surroundings, throw to the outside. All right, we don't want to run that too far into the ground. I can do this a little bit. It kind of hurts my knees. So here. One thing I want to do is I want to be ready. Sensei, this is excellent. All he has to do is move his weight back just a little bit. Solid as a rock. Give it to me. Again. Again. Right. So the difference is very minor in where your balance is placed that can have a big effect. From here, here. Right. So he's very solid. I can't do that to him. He's got his weight just where he needs it. I'm going to offer him my hands. Kokyo-ho. The thing about the arms is, if my arms are here, you can see that the bones of my forearm diverge from my center. They go out that way. You rotate your palms so that they're up. Now your forearms converge on your center. So even if he pushes hard and I've got this stable position, I should be able to hold my ground. Now, from here, if he's got a good push, all I'm going to do is mechanically rotate my wrist. Even with that much push, I can. Because one, from here, my elbow is just about where his elbow is, maybe just a little bit on the inside. And because of that, I can do that. If my elbow was a little bit out here and he pushes, whoop, that's going to happen. It's just going to pop right up. So I want to make sure that my position, my body parts are aligned correctly to get this thing done. So I'm going to offer my hands here, and then I can just easily rotate one or the other or both and move in. I can't sit seiza for very long, particularly with that much pressure. Several knee surgeries. So, one more time. So let's try a little bit of kokyu dosa. Stretch. Get in this position. He's holding my hands. I'm going to stretch his back. So what I'm going to do is just from here is I'm going to drop my butt so I can feel it's below his, but I'm going to squat. I'm going to lean forward. Now I'm going to press with my legs and stretch my arms. So I don't want to compromise my body to stretch his body. So let's get yourself in the right position. Once again, I'm going to let him grab my hands. So if he has to let go, he can. Just move through nice and easy, butt to butt. Drop yours below, lean forward a little bit, feel his weight on your back, press with the legs. I can extend forward, arch my back a little bit, give him a nice little stretch. Okay. Nice. Got a couple of cracks in there. You know, it's like those bendy drinking straws, and you pull them apart, go, you feel that? That's what it feels like. And that's a good thing. Please, Hashinando, back stretch. Oh, excuse me. Hey, thank you very much, Sensei. Hey, thank you all very much. I'd like to thank you all very much for coming out to the seminar today. We all got busy lives, and I thank you very much for coming today for this practice. I do the best I can to demonstrate the techniques I know and the Tai Sabaki that I've learned. I hope you enjoy it. Take something from it. You can take parts and use them to develop your own techniques. You can try these on your own. Just understand that Aikido has a very broad spectrum of movement. There's lots of ways to do things, multiple variations of the same technique, but so long as they follow very basic principles of kazushi, you know, balance taking, projection, not putting yourself in a bad position, then a lot of things can work and work in different ways. So today I presented some stuff perhaps you haven't seen, but maybe you have, but take what you need and leave the rest. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sensei.